All right, for my creative assignment, I'm going to be doing ageism. Ageism is discrimination against a certain group of people based solely off their age. I'm going to see if some little kids that I interviewed are guilty of this. And then also I'm going to look into if all older women really are happy, because based off the video that we saw in class, these women had definitely found happiness. And I know that's not true in all older women. Okay, Aaliyah, do you know what the word ageism means? No, that's okay, thank you. Aaliyah, do you have a grandma?
Yes.
Do you think you're gonna be a grandma one day?
Yes.
Yeah, you think so? How old do you think you're gonna be?
27.
27? Ooh, that would be an old grandma, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know how to pretend?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to pretend, okay? Pretend that you're 70 years old and you're a grandma and you got married. But your husband, grandpa, he passed away and he's not alive anymore. And you have to live at a house, but you live all by yourself. No mommies, no daddies, no brothers, no sisters, and you have to live all alone. How do you think that would make you feel?
Sad.
Sad? Do you like being around people?
Yes.
Yeah. What if one day when you were that old that you couldn't take care of yourself and you weren't potty trained anymore, you couldn't put on your clothes, you couldn't remember? What if one day you had to go live at a house where people helped you do all those things? What would that make you feel like? Scared? Yeah. Okay, Aaliyah, do you think grandma and grandpas are older?
Yes.
Are they kind of like old people?
Yeah.
What do you think about old people? Tell me what an old person does in the day.
They eat breakfast.
They eat breakfast. What else?
They take a walk.
They take a walk. Do you think old people have jobs?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that older people, do you think they're good drivers?
Yes.
Do you think older people can run fast?
No.
No? Why not?
Because what if they had a broken leg?
Cool.
So
Thank you.
Aaliyah's answers actually surprised me a little. Just the fact that she could feel and kind of, number one, pretend and then put all that information together and know that she would be scared or sad was really impressive. On the contrary, when I asked her how old of a grandma she thought she'd be 27. Of course, these kids at this age don't really quite have it figured out yet. But with age and time and maturity, they'll definitely be able to see the full picture of
What
life.
does ageism mean?
I don't know.
Ageism is when you discriminate against people or a group of people based solely on their age. Have you ever done something like this before?
Yes, I have.
Give me an example.
When they're driving and they're really slow,
And what kind of age range are we talking about?
like 80 to like 100.
And what have you said while they're driving slow?
Why are these people taking so long? We got places to be.
So
All right, thank you.
Bella, she is 11 years old, and you can tell that her take is just a little bit different with ageism. Number one, she didn't know what it meant, but she was definitely guilty of discriminating against older people. I think a lot of us in this world, we just get so self-absorbed and kind of only care about ourselves that we don't really look at the whole world around us, and we don't really understand or respect the fact that, people that are aging, they do slow down a little bit. And I think we're just always in such a hurry and cutting it so close that we can, our time is just super duper valuable. And then, it makes us actually kind of discriminate against these people.
Define ageism.
Ageism is when you're a specific age and you have like a maturity level to that age.
Okay, your definition of ageism was incorrect, but ageism is discriminating a group of people based off of their age. Have you ever looked at a group of people and they're a certain age and you've kind of like discriminated against them or said something about a certain age range of people?
Yes, I do it all the time, actually.
With who? Like what type of age or group of
with,
people?
Like freshmen at my school and like seniors at my school and stuff. People at like the junior high that's next to my school and stuff like that.
And like which ways? Like just how they act, their maturity,
Yeah,
how they
just,
treat
like,
you.
Yeah, just like of course a senior would like look down upon a sophomore doing something, or like of course a freshman would bring like a stupid mask to school and wear it around and be dumb.
Cool. Hey, Skylar, and imagine an 70-year-old woman in all of these questions. Cool? Okay, how would you feel about a 70-year-old woman holding a newborn baby?
I think that it would be cute. That it'd be nice for like if it was like a grandma, then it'd be like nice for like a little 70-year-old woman to hold a baby.
Okay, how would you feel about a 70-year-old woman driving a car in front of you?
I think that she should go the speed limit, because normally when like they're old people, they're like what are they called, the bird thingies, and snowbirds.
Oh, snowbirds.
And they drive like really slow.
How do you feel about you're in a line at a grocery store and there's an older couple in front of you and you're in a hurry?
I would think to myself that they better not take too long, because they normally take long when they're like older.
Thank
Just
you.
let Skylar down the path that I wanted her to go, totally on accident. But I just asked her how she felt about grandma holding a baby, and she liked that. But when I brought up other things that that are more worldly, that affect her, you could tell that she was kind of discriminating against them as well. Skylar's 16, and I thought she might know what ageism was, but she didn't. But she sure tried her hardest to figure an answer for herself. But she did good. After looking at all my research, you can see that age does affect if kids do know what ageism is, or how they do treat older people, or kind of their answers depending on what they would feel like if they were old. But for me, just being 26, I just worry about getting older every day. It's not even a religion thing or just being older, but I'm just always worried about what if, and I think for me, living in assisted living would just be extremely hard. And I'm such a people person. And if these people, if I was living alone and if people weren't interacting with me, I think that would just be really hard. And I love that these women in the YouTube video that we had in class, found that happiness, or they had their husbands, or they found things to keep them going. And I just really hope that I'm going to be able to have that, because I'm such an active person. I'm such a people person, and I use my body for so many different things. And, when I do slow down, I just hope that I can really find a purpose and find things that I can do. I talked, and also with a lot of my grandmas are older people in my life. Their husbands have died, and they have gotten to a point where we couldn't, always take care of them and be there for them, and they haven't been able to take care of themselves, so we've had to put them in assisted living. And man, it is so hard on them, and it stinks so bad. And I almost just feel like we've done a bad job as a family because we couldn't take care of them ourselves. But you know what? We did our best to be there for them and communicate with them and write letters and FaceTime and all those things. And I think that they really did need that assisted living, when they're not able to, use the restroom properly, or they're not eating or remembering to take their pills. I think that assisted living is so amazing for, older people. And I know that my Aunt Gwen, my grandma, and Uncle Hewlin definitely benefited from assisted living. And it stinks though, because you could tell that they were depressed and that they weren't happy with it. But at the same time, I think that really did help them live longer and, spend a little bit extra time on earth with us. I personally haven't really been a victim of ageism or discriminating against older people. I don't get me wrong, I'm always in a rush and stuff, but it's not always a certain age group, or people are discriminating against a certain age. I just think sometimes, people get under your skin, and I wouldn't say all old people are bad drivers or anything like that, because I think it varies. My fiance's grandma is actually kind of going blind. She's having to get cataract surgery, and She lives by herself, and she does suffer from depression as well. But one of the things that really did make me happy is she loves driving, but she knows that, she's a danger to the society. And I think that, older people, as, they do age and they do lose reaction speed and, attention skills and all that, that I think it is smart for them to kind of, put away the keys and find another way to get around, whether it's using, a Yopus or volunteer drivers. That's what my fiance's grandma uses. And I think it's actually really nice for her because she doesn't get to be around a lot of people, but she's kind of getting the same drivers, and she's building these great relationships with other people. And it's kind of, making her outgoing, and I think that's important as well in her life. Scattered as it was and as messy as my bedroom, that's my creative assignment on ageism. I definitely wanted to get take on, different kids and where they're at in their lives, and obviously you can see that their age affects how they answer these questions. Their maturity definitely can play a part, and also kind of, how I interviewed them. I feel like I did push them down, kind of the direction of the answers that maybe I was looking for, and that's where I made some errors with this. But I think it went really well, and I hope I did pretty good. All right, thank you so much, and have a good one.